Right, this is chapter 2, lesson 6 on estimates with percents. This section can be a little bit tricky. You might feel a little bit uncomfortable as you're going through the problems in this lesson. And it's because we're doing estimates. And estimates, you're just getting kind of a good guess at an answer. And when we're doing math, we're very used to finding exact answers. So this is something to keep in mind. This lesson is from California Math or Common Core Edition, Volume 1 for 6th grade. So let's just go ahead and start. So this first example asks us to estimate 52% of 189. And the idea with an estimate is you have this trade-off. You want to make the computation easy, but by changing some of the numbers, but the cost is that you may not get an exact answer. So I look at 52% and I think to myself, is that close to a percent that's more easy to manage? And yes, 52% is close to 50%. I'm not saying it's exact. That's not the point of this lesson. I'm saying 52% is close to the more manageable 50%, and 50% is 50 over 100, or just 1/2. And if you saw that 50% was 1/2, that's great. And that's one of the ideas they're trying to get you to understand in this lesson, is that certain percents have very natural interpretations. 50% of something being 1/2 of something, 25% of something being 1/4 of something. So we want to be able to think in that way. Say I told you I'm going to get 76% off of a $100 item. Well, 76% is roughly 3/4, so I could take 3/4 of that $100 item. $100 you can get the exact percent fairly quickly, but that's the kind of thinking that you're trying to learn in this lesson. So my 52% is much closer to the more manageable 50%. And then I think about 189. Is it close to a number that's easy to deal with? And yes, 189 is close to 200. So 189 is close to 200. So with that in mind, 52% of 189 is very close to 1/2 of 200. So one possible estimate is 100. And it's not the exact answer. 100 is not exactly 52% of 189. To really indicate how much flexibility you have when you're doing these estimates, let me show you just a different solution. Another person might come along and still say 52% is close to 50%, but maybe they say 189 is close to 190. Their estimate is going to be a little bit different now. When they take their 50% of 190, they're going to get 95 because 1/2 of 190 is 95. But that took a little bit more work. That's not as obvious as saying 1/2 of 200 is 100. So while this second person came along and got an answer that's actually closer to the true value of 52% of 189, the downside is they had to do a little bit more work. When you're halving 190, that's just harder to do than halving 200. So that's the kind of idea that I would take away from this, is that I have the flexibility to do estimates, and depending on how much work I want to do, I could try and go for the exact answer. That's coming up in the next lesson. But here, instead of going for the exact answer, let's just try and get used to this idea of doing estimates, and various estimates will cost you a different amount of work, right? This one up here was pretty easy. This one here took a little more work. So let's do a second example. For this second one, we're going to estimate a certain percentage of a number again. And the example I want to do now is 24% of 29. So lots of flexibility. I'm not saying that everybody should start in the same way because we're just doing estimates here. We're getting a good guess at the answer, with the goal being to use some of our intuition, but also not do too much work. So when I see 24%, to me, 24% is close to 25%. And 25% has a nice natural interpretation as being 1/4 of something. So 25% would be 25 over 100, and that fraction reduces to 1 over 4. Again, if you could jump from 25% to 1/4 right away, then do it. So now I have 20, I'm going to do 25% of 29. But 29, is there a number I can, it's kind of close to 29, it's a bit easier to work with here. And I can see one person saying 30. 30 is a nice, it's a multiple of 10, say, and we're used to multiples of 10 being somewhat easier to deal with than, say, 29. However, if I think a little bit harder, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be taking 1/4 of my number. This number is 29, and 4 doesn't divide into 29, 4 doesn't divide into 30 evenly, but 4 does divide into 28. So the point of this example is to be really, kind of play the numbers against each other if you have the chance. So instead of saying 29 is close to 30, I'm going to say 29 is close to 28, with the idea in mind that I'm going to be taking 1/4 of this number. So what is 1/4 of 28? 1/4 of 28 is 7. Right? 4 goes into 28 7 times. We could have found the answer exactly, how many times 4 goes exactly into 29, but that's not the point of this lesson. The point is to do things like this. And know that, well, if I'm going to divide a number by 4, it'd be nice if it was just a nice even multiple of 4. So that's all for what I want to say as far as these first two examples. In another video, I'll do some more examples because I do think this section does take a little bit more work to understand than some others. Good.